Hi, this is Chris with Stupid Raisins, and in this video, I'm gonna show you how to overlay clips in Final Cut Pro. Make your videos look like you're in a dusty attic, in the middle of a storm, or a hip hop video. Now I'm gonna share with you how to place connecting clips on your timeline. And then we'll take a look at overlays and how we can use those to create unique effects by just changing the blend mode. Let's go check that out. All right, so we're here in Final Cut Pro. We're gonna take a look at overlaying clips. Make a selection and drag it right on top. Now, normally you may wanna put this on the primary timeline, but we're actually going to connect it. And you can see as you drag this across, there's that little blue line where it's showing a connection point to the primary storyline clip. So you can actually overlay this footage over on top of whatever you have on your primary storyline, and it becomes a connected clip. Now that little connection point, you can actually move that, and that becomes important with certain edits so that these clips don't move while you move the primary storyline. Option, Command, and click. Let's turn the skimmer off. As you can see, that little connection point moves right where you're clicking. This right here, this clip, you can see is in this darker gray area, and that is designating this as the main clip. It is basically the backbone of the structure of the timeline. So it is the primary storyline. Now this is connected above the primary storyline. There's a couple things we can do with this. If we want, we can right click and actually overwrite to the storyline, which means it is completely overwritten everything in here. So while you can overwrite to storyline, you can also lift from storyline. Let's say you needed this clip to be moved up. Let's right click, lift from storyline, and now we have a gray gap clip that is sort of a placeholder right here on the primary storyline. Often this helps with creating an edit where you don't want that magnetic timeline that Final Cut has to keep dragging all your clips to the left. And if you want to have a little more freedom to adjust and move things around, and then when you're ready, all you got to do is, for the shortcut, Option Command down, overwrite to the storyline, and Option Command up will lift from the storyline. Let's say that you've got this clip overlaid on the top, but you want it to be in the corner. Let's go ahead and click on this option here, and we're going to click the down arrow and go to crop, and let's trim this to a square, drag it over the subject here. We'll select done, then go back here, click on transform, and move this to the corner. So with that, we've created a simple picture-in-picture. So on our channel, look up how to insert a picture in Final Cut Pro, and you'll be able to find more in-depth process for getting this picture-in-picture effect. We're gonna bring in a logo. So we've got the Stupid Raisins logo here. Let's drag this out over our clip. And it's very large. We want to bring that down. We're going to transform that a bit. Let's say we want that to be just like a watermark logo on the side. We can come up here to the inspector window, and right here under video inspector, you can drag the opacity down. You can make it to where you've got your logo appearing in the bottom left corner. You've got that brand recognition in your videos. You can also duplicate your clip. Hold down Option, drag it up, and we can find this flipped icon here, this flipped effect. That will flip the top clip, and then we can go to the opacity, drop it to 50%, and we've got a really cool effect going on here. So you can do some interesting things with overlaying clips on top of each other and playing with the opacity and getting just the right amount of movement and just interesting visuals. I don't want to overlay this on too thick, but we share new videos like this all the time to help with your Final Cut Pro projects. Subscribe to our channel and hit the bell so you can get notified when we release our next video. We're going to take a look at some other overlays, and that is up here in the browser. We're going to go to titles and generators. We're going to drag and drop that on top of our clip here. If we highlight the clip, let's close down the browser, bring up the inspector. We can adjust all sorts of things with the particles and the speed at which everything moves and the scale, all that stuff. What kind of saturation or desaturation we want. And then we can come up here to the video inspector, and in the compositing where we were messing with the opacity before, we can actually change the blend mode. There's a lot of different things you can try out in here. All of these options are different ways to blend the pixels with the top and bottom clip. The one we're gonna use right now is called screen. What screen is gonna do is it's gonna take the black parts of this image and replace it with the image below. So now when we play this clip, we've got some particles flowing in the air, and you can adjust this. Like, let's say you want an even more subtle look. You can actually bring those down in the opacity just so they're barely showing up here. You can also go a little crazy and change the saturation, and so you can have a lot of fun with that, customize it for what you're looking to do. All right, so you can also find overlays from external sources. So you can actually go out and track these down. I have two here. We'll just drag them both on top. One is a glitch and one is a film scratch. All right, so we got one here, that's the glitch overlay. We're gonna go up to the inspector, look for the video inspector, click on the blend mode, and click on screen. And if we play this back, we'll see that glitch effect appears right over our image. We can do the same thing with this one here, screen, and nice. You can also layer these together. It's kind of weird seeing a glitch with a film grain effect. And you can also change the opacity on these as well to make them more subtle if you like. So grab some overlays, throw it on your next video, throw in some fun sound effects, just go crazy and have a good time. And with that, we've reached the end. Thanks for tagging along.
Well, you can't cover up how awesome you are. Now that you've learned how to overlay clips in Final Cut Pro, I've made another video about how to do motion tracking in Final Cut Pro. Click here to check it out.